going to call the meeting to order at 7:03. Roll call, Sarah Laterza.
Todd Gorman.
Bill? Roll call? Your name?
I'm sorry, President.
No, name.
No worries.
Your name? Your name.
Bill Vogel.
Anthony Calvert. Mike Harrington.
Don DiMartino.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes from the August meeting. Does anybody have any corrections?
I do.
I just said nobody reads the minutes.
Under item 6,
Uh-oh.
the second bullet is really two subjects. So the first subject is Bill talking about the messy conditions in Boca. The sentence starting with Sarah name should be a separate bullet saying Sarah thinks our fees are fair, and the fees we were talking about were the driving range fees. So Sarah thinks our driving range fees are fair and doesn't want to change them right now. This will put on hold until the meeting with fees in January. Well, we didn't agree on January. We should say the meeting where we address the fees.
Period.
We don't need to put a date on. And so I have thoughtfully rewritten that sentence for you.
Why, thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Can we have a motion to approve?
I move they be, go ahead.
I move they be accepted. Second.
Okay. Mr. Bigonet?
Hello, everyone. I guess I'd start with the Perry-Weather lightning system is under installation.
Yeah, it went off the other day.
I would think that by the end of the week, we should be up and running with that, which is nice.
Is it under installation at part 3 too?
Well, that'll be the last unit installed, for
Okay.
sure. He's gonna finish up here first.
That's just
He's got
clarifying.
3 in the ground here, 1 on the roof, and then down to the.
Okay.
Wait, what is
But
this?
yeah, that's definitely part of it.
Yeah, it went off Saturday.
Lightning protection.
I think that's,
Sorry.
that's the old-fashioned horn we blew. Not the,
Is it gonna be the same horn?
No, there's speakers throughout the court.
Okay.
Yeah,
Will I still be able to hear him at my house?
I think you'll be able to hear this quite clearly.
Take cover.
I think it's gonna be pretty good. In general, demand is still outpacing capacity, for sure, year ahead, for sure, it's been. We sell out pretty much every day. Up at the range, we did install the dry erase board. It's going okay, some people are using it, some people don't get it. New signs came in today, we installed, so hopefully that'll help awareness.
Sign, like as you walk in on the door?
Yeah, one outside, 2 inside.
That's great, because I was there in the peak period and board worked very well because somebody was policing it, but I think it's a great improvement. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it seems to be. Yeah, it's arranged incredible. I do think at some time, we're gonna have to figure out a little better ball containment system, because we're just losing balls at an alarming rate.
Wow.
As Pete and his guys know, my guys know. But, we've been able to keep it open, and as you saw the numbers, it's doing quite well.
And the containment problem is we can't get the neighbors to agree to a higher fence?
And I think it's conservation, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's primarily conservation and planning and zoning, who I spoke to both departments, and both are, I would say, they weren't opposed to us raising the height, but there's a process we have to go through, and it may be worth it.
Yeah, I think because at some point, I think conservation's gonna have to decide if the ball litter is worse than the net being higher, because we're losing a lot of balls. And,
It's all on the right, I think.
oh, they're everywhere, but yeah, the problem is the outside of it is thicket, riddled with poison ivy. So it's terrible work.
Yeah.
And, this time of year, we'll have to take trees in there once the poison ivy dies before the leaves come. There's a little bit of window to go get them, so I'm hopeful for a lot to help us get through the winter.
Is there any, chance of clearing the area?
Yeah,
so that
cleaning
they
that
can
out
be
for
reduced?
next year.
I think it comes down to conservation land and the type of chemical you can use, and I think it's a tricky kind of thing. I'm speaking out of my scope there, as I understand it.
They do work with us to trim some of it back.
Yeah.
When we asked them, I know we did the.
Yeah, they tried,
and they were pretty good about working with us. It's just, you know, the times of year that they'll let us actually cut it back and how much we can cut back.
Why would conservation have any problem with cutting back weeds?
Well,
Right at the fence. But that doesn't
And
make
if
sense.
you're cutting them back, right, I would think that's not an issue. If we're using chemicals, I'm sure it'll get a little agitated, but.
It is, when in there, it's so thick, take a walk up there.
Yeah.
It's like literally beyond
You need a big machine.
Yeah, it'd be great if they let somebody take a bulldozer in there
Yeah.
and make a couple.
We're getting by, I'm not saying it's just,
Yeah.
we're losing a lot of balls, and it's a challenge to get them up. But generally, I think the range is doing phenomenal. It's crazy to me how busy it is. High school golf for the boys has started, so you see them mostly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from about 3 to 4, most days they're here. And then we started our fall outing season today. Most Mondays, not all Mondays, we have outings until late October. Besides that, that's all I got to report.
Have we, put the overlay yet on the monuments? When are we gonna?
That's
Yeah,
not,
not, yeah, only winter.
I mean, you got them and they're.
We got them and they've just been sitting in my office and it's just not that important right now with all the aeration we're doing and the filling the car paths.
Yeah.
And, I wish we could get to it sooner.
Okay, be a good winter worker.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
okay.
Administrative report, you guys have all the numbers in front of you. You can see we're tracking right where we've been for the last couple of years. Almost identical number of rounds at both courses. The big difference is in the money, obviously with raising the rate, and then the driving ranges, the driving force behind our huge increase. We've hit almost $100,000 this past month, so we're off to a strong start, you know, for September. Cart paths, stack filling cart paths is where we are at the moment, short range area. The contract, as I mentioned, I think last month, has been signed off on for the design. I know the company's been up here a couple times and working with Bob and George on getting that going, so you know, hopefully we'll see some ground being moved soon, sooner than later. Yeah, making good progress.
We think this year we'll be doing.
I think they're gonna start doing some stuff this year. I don't know if they'll be able to finish, but they'll definitely start.
I pulled out the driving range to get the comparison year over year better, and we're up $58,000 for the January to August period. When we raised the rates, our expectation was for $140,000. So we're down a little bit, but we're down 700 rounds. We average $30 a round. That's 21,000 right there. And then half those rounds would use a cart. So that's another $14,000. So that just about accounts for the difference. And the rate we're going in July, August is going to eat into that deficit. So it looks pretty good.
Yeah, we're in good shape.
Okay. Pete?
All right, try to make this quick. Weather, well, hopefully the drop's over. I'll start complaining about too much rain pretty soon. I'll be next week. But the course was down 8 inches between June, July, and August. A lot. So we're happy that's behind us. Staffing superintendent, one irrigation tech, 8, I like to call them all seasonal. Grateful they come back every year. George, project manager, still working out great. Park staff has helped us a few times. Victor is moving equipment for us. And George has still been around and helping us a lot. Work performed, area greens, everybody's sure they noticed. Top dress them once, we'll probably top dress them again this week, probably this coming Thursday. To fill in the holes exactly to the top and smooth out any imperfections. We saw they didn't open the 8-4 tees, seems to be playing well and handling the weather well, so we're happy with that. The seat around it has germinated too, so that's nice. Backfilled and graded and seeded curved areas by the new cart paths. Those started to germinate too. and a contractor has backfilled and seeded cart paths 11 through 14. Work plan prioritized, we're gonna start aerating fairways, hopefully this week. We borrowed an aerifier from Part 3, so we'll be using 2 aerifiers this year to try to be less intrusive to all the golfers, stay out of the way, be quieter, and hopefully it'll be a little more peaceful. Let's see, I think, it's just important to note, last year, the fall aeration was very disruptive. But I think we saw a lot of benefits of it this summer. We had a really good summer under extreme weather conditions. I think a lot of that has to do with all the hard work. And, all the trouble the golfers went through playing around the aeration. So I think we really have to keep up on that, do the same thing, year after year, because I'm sure it paid off for us this summer. Let's see, we're gonna backfill cart paths and aerate tees. Let's see, we have changed our top dressing material on the greens. You may have noticed we changed from a 80% sand, 20% peat to 100% sand. Increased drainage and increased turf's ability to breathe. Turf does need to drink, it needs water, but it also needs air. So there's plenty of organic matter already in the soil. And when we aerate, we actually put some back in inadvertently when we chop up the cores. So we're not worried about not having enough organic matter. We like to increase the sand and the turf's ability to drain and breathe. So we made that change. Along with that change, we used to use, it's kind of complicated, but we used to use a divot seeding material, which was the same as our top dressing material, the 80/20. So you might have noticed we've changed our divot seeding material to straight sand. That's very temporary until we find a material we like better and we can afford and we can handle well. Because the material I really like is 50% sand, 50% topsoil. It's a kiln dry material. To use it, it's $4,000 a load. It probably lasts us the whole year, but we have to make sure we can keep it really dry, or it's a waste of money. Because if it gets wet, then you put it in those little bottles in the carts and it germinates. But I do find a good way to keep it dry. It'll really help germination on the tees, which we all know we challenge with a high sand content divot mix. So we're looking at that. Might have to wait till like June, May or June to see what sort of money we have left over in the budget. And with that, my last point is the maintenance team is currently working to establish baselines of weekday and weekend maintenance practices, help expand and budget and quantify qualifier programs. So it's my first year working with the budget intimately like this. I have some learning to do. We have to see where things fall, overtime. So we're working to quantify anything we can. We mow fairways twice a week. How many man hours is that? How much does it cost? Is it something we want to look at increasing? Is it beneficial to the golfer? Also on the weekends. We like to roll every Saturday, Sunday. What does that cost us? Can we afford to do it every weekend?
Come on in, what are you looking for, your Nike shirt?
Yes.
It was right on that table, right out there on the left.
And a roll.
This is right on your left, look left. You're on the left. Right there, speak. How you doing, man? You're right after this.
So,
Your operations guy.
so just let you know, we are looking to
Sorry about that, man.
sort of a price on almost everything we do, so we have a better understanding of where our overtime money goes, where we should use it. If we want to ask for more, we can justify it. When there's times we can't do something we want, what would it cost to do something we want to do? So that's taking some time, but it will, I think, be beneficial in the future, just for communication and justification. And that's it.
Peter, any update on the sand traps?
No, Bob and I were gonna get together, but I was away for a couple days, and now we're gonna get together before the next meeting.
Done, yeah.
And done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's your, you cut greens every other day? Every day?
every day unless I can. We did not cut them this past Sunday, they were too wet.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
And you change holes 3 times a week?
Every other day we try to.
Every other day.
Yep. So 3.5 times. That can kind of get a little tricky. Sometimes we'll
Yeah.
do 18 in a day, sometimes we'll do 9 every other day for a while,
Understood.
depending on the tournament schedule, et cetera.
Good.
I had a question, and I know we're gonna talk about TRAP's long-term plan and priority, but did you say last time that you have sand for one more trap?
I saw stands up there.
Yeah, we're thinking and we talked about this when we were at the bunker on the right side of 16, because it's small. And I think the sand might flash well from the tee. We might
And is
be
it
able-
the
we
same
might
sand
be
that's
able
on
to see it.
6? It's the same Brooklyn sand?
Yeah, I thought if we could flash it up that, we might be able to see it from the tee. That'd be pretty.
And we can.
But that trap gets as little use as any trap on the golf course.
Is that right?
I-
No, and we.
So when we ride
Yeah.
around, maybe we.
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about
pick
that.
another,
Okay.
small bunker.
And are we ever gonna try other sand, or have we pretty much said, this is the sand? I'm
That's
just
really
curious.
up to you guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we can talk
it's a
about
dollar issue, I think.
that. Mm.
So, when are we going to make that decision?
It's not today.
No, but we've been talking
We'll
about
have
it
more
since-
info next month,
since May.
because we're gonna do a drive around.
We've been talking about
No,
sand
that's
for a
fine.
long time.
But I think when we started talking about this, we were trying to get a general opinion as to how everyone liked the new sand.
Right. And
Biggs, do you have any opinion?
I haven't gotten much feedback at all from it, the sand. I've asked as many people as I possibly can.
The sand needs to settle a little bit, I think. Personally, the fact that there's sand in a bunker is a bonus to me, because
I was
I
gonna
think,
go there, 'cause
what's that?
I was gonna say the same thing. There's sand, which is helpful.
And a couple times I've been in it, it's very playable. And there's no risk of, calling a shot,
You can
off the bottom of the trap. And to me, that's a huge bonus. Now, is it the perfect sand? I don't know. I have no idea.
Mm.
I think it was a great start.
Right,
I don't know how
and if there
expensive
is
it
a
is.
less expensive sand, it's pretty darn good too, we don't know, I don't know.
Well, let's,
Anthony, you told us we could afford the sand, right?
Yeah, we could afford just about almost anything we want. I mean, I think this is like the higher end sand that we were gonna possibly look at. I mean, we're not looking at expensive here, but I think this was a higher end sand that people threw out there and said, hey, we play Brooklyn, we like their sand. So that's what we
you
tried.
say we can afford it, though. I mean, we're talking about 41
Over 10
additional
years.
bunkers.
Over 10 years.
Yeah.
We're not doing them all this year.
How much did one trap of that cost roughly, does anyone know?
What was it, a load, $4,000 load?
Something like that.
Yeah, so that's probably $2,500 there.
$2,500 for that trap?
Yep.
And we have how many?
42.
40, and we have,
But we're doing it over 10 years.
Yeah.
We're not doing every
Yeah,
track.
but we have
10 years.
350,000
Correct.
for bunkers, so we've got
So we're
more
well
than
under
enough.
Well,
Right,
Yeah.
that was the
Well,
point.
if we think that's the good sand, then why bother looking at something less? If it's
And you decided you can
Affordable.
maintain it well enough, so.
I think so, that's part of like our baseline thinking. though.
Right.
So we think right now we rake bunkers twice a week, usually during the week, sometimes on weekends, but usually during the week. And we rake them well, we rake them slowly, we think they hold up reasonably well through the week. So I think if we stick to that maintenance plan as a minimum, I think we'll be fine. I would like more feedback though, if you don't think so. Because I don't think we're gonna be able to change that unless we change our maintenance budget. And,
I think you're maintaining the bunkers very well with the existing sand. It's definitely more fluffy, I'll say, than the hard sand that, and I've been in a bunch of them, so I can tell you, they're better.
So that's what we do now, and I think they've been reasonably well and are reasonably attractive. I've only played about 3 times, so I don't really have an opinion about how well.
So you're gonna be right around for next month?
Whenever, if you want to join us. feel free.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can't.
It can only be 2 of you. He'd have to go in a different,
Or it'd be a meeting.
or it would be a meeting.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
Sorry, but he can go
That's probably
separately.
as a coup.
We can all go individually, but we can't go more than 2 people at a time.
Great, okay.
So I just have one more comment.
I know.
I mean, you've obviously done a great job filling in the areas that were seeded along the carpets. But I don't think a lot of the people up here realize you're not supposed to step in that.
Yeah.
Could we temporarily put a note in the golf carts or signs up saying, please do not walk in seeded areas? Because people don't realize the obvious.
It's really challenging though also to avoid some of the seated areas.
You're right, it is.
And
Well, there's gonna be more as you get further into it. That's what scares me.
I can get some signs up.
But is there a way do we have a way to, I mean, until it germinates, it's gonna, I mean, what they did from 11 to 14 was a great start. But, you know, with no blockage, it's a nightmare. It's horrible what's happened in a week, less than a week.
Can we put a few cones, you know, like 2 per path, that at least gives someone an inkling that you don't go on it?
Yeah, I don't know if much you can do that's really gonna work.
Caution tape.
You know, it would be really nice if everybody understood what 90 degrees meant. That would help a lot. No, it really wouldn't.
Instead of parallel with a tire track.
Yeah, you know, or, maybe that's one of our points of emphasis as we move forward. Replace divots to 90 degrees, we start teaching people what it means to be out there.
Maybe you could put a
you know, there was very wet, it was very wet. I do see a lot of tire tracks and some footprints. It held up reasonably well for 1.8 inches of rain in 4 days.
kind of what I thought. I played
Last Thursday.
late yesterday.
Yeah.
and
It's not great, but
It's not great, but considering the weather, I was like, oh, it's not so bad.
that's what I thought too, and I think it's kind of a necessary evil, or it's kind of the best we can do, and we'll get back after it, where there's washouts and where there's tire prints and there's.
It's just a shame to spend all that money and future man hours to.
Yeah,
That's
I just think it would be even tougher and more man hours to rope it all off. And, you know, then you get people to drive around the ropes anyway, to drive over the ropes, and I just think it's our best chance of doing it.
Okay. Greens Committee?
I was just gonna talk about cart path fill. We've done that, so, I'm all good. Everything's great. Aeration, I thought, it was what, 2 weeks ago today, I think you did it?
Correct.
And last Wednesday, I was bummed, but Thursday got better, and Saturday wasn't perfect, but they're much better, so I think they're great.
We didn't roll this weekend, we saw the weather, and, like I said, I'm trying to learn to work with a new budget, so, between the airification and, the weather, we didn't roll, so they might have been also, and then we cut it all on Sunday, so. And this weekend will most likely be about the same, we'll probably just cut, we probably won't roll, but we'll see how the top dressing takes hold on Thursday.
I think we had that footbridge on 13 was on the agenda, and I think Anthony had said that the town agreed that they would rebuild it. That's still
We could,
on.
yes, they said they could.
They could.
They could.
Out here, Commissioner.
So could I, but, can we get a commitment out of whoever it is?
I'll leave that again right now.
Okay. Part 3?
So I was down there today, I'm still in pretty good shape. Most of the tee boxes are being filled in, the divots are being filled in the way they're supposed to. And as you know, the part 3 gets a lot of divots in the tee boxes. Greens are impeccable, just like they are up here. I think they have the same problem on the 9th hole that we have here on the 4th, where the overgrowth in front of the pond is getting so high you can't see the green.
But I thought that was well improved. They cut it pretty good like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, they did? Okay,
Yeah,
well.
you can now see the green.
On the part 3?
Yeah.
At the 9th hole.
Okay. I spoke to the gentleman who was working the booth down there and asked him if he had any input or concerns, and he thought the place was running pretty well. He thought the Rangers were doing a good job of keeping the place from getting bottlenecked. He mentioned that there's more geese up there than there has been the last couple of years. You know, can't do anything about that. Must be the dog up there.
Yeah, puppy.
I get a lot of comments of still indicating front, middle, and back flags, and the little ribbons they have on there, and, they don't move them much.
Yeah, I talked to John about that, he's looking at alternatives.
Could you, even if you had like 4 red flags and 4 blue flags, that'd
I
be
think he'll
enough
do something.
to cover the whole.
I think
park.
he'll do something, I gave him some time to think about it, so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll work out something that's.
Maybe you said it, and I missed it. What are we doing on number 4 here about the stuff blowing up in the?
We're waiting for the conservation to come up and have a drive around with me and let me know what I can do and when I can do it, how often, so.
I mean, every time I walk through there, which is, 3 or 4 days a week, I'm afraid of a bear coming out of nowhere. It's pretty messy in there.
May not come out the other end.
Well, somebody did bring up a good point to me, that it is almost a safety issue now too, because you can't see the people on the 4th fairway.
Yeah.
Mm.
So hopefully that will weigh heavy with,
Safety
conservation when they do come on. Have you heard that, Bob?
I haven't heard that one, but I can understand it.
Yeah, people getting hit into, especially if you're playing like the 2 or 3 tees that are a little lower.
Lower than the,
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
We'll throw that against the wall.
Okay. Old business, do we want to talk about where we're headed with the 10-year plan next year, or do we want to put that off? Actually, I don't want to talk about it tonight. I want everybody to read the 10-year plan before our next meeting. Everybody has a copy of it. If you don't, we can mail you another one. And think about what we're going to do with our money next year,
Okay.
I mean,
okay?
the point is this commission owns that plan. If we don't do anything, nothing's gonna get done.
Yep.
So we've got to decide where we go next, what we want to do, and push for it. And the town has been very generous, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, the good news with the 10-year plan is that money's already approved.
Right.
So it's not like I have to go back to the board
So
and
we
say,
need to
hey, we're
spend
gonna do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
They gave us the money to do X, Y, and Z, we just need to identify.
We've got to identify X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Right.
Is the spend schedule the one that was in the PowerPoint, this one here?
Yeah, like the schedule we presented.
Like every other year.
Obligated to that, yeah.
But has it been revised? Did they come back and say no, spend
No.
less than?
No.
So this is what we preliminarily
So
have.
next year, do we have 150 to spend? Do we?
I think we're off here, I think it's every other year.
Okay,
Next year we have nothing.
So we would have nothing for 20.
nothing,
And the
okay?
year after that was 150.
So theoretically, we can't do any bunkers next year, right?
Hmm?
We can't do any bunkers next year.
Theoretically.
Well, you can, it's part of the operating activity, but you can't do it
Out of the
and
10-year plan.
capitalize it.
I think well, we'll have to debate it in a year, but I think our focus should be on trees
That's where I was going to.
for,
Yeah.
Because you were gonna talk
bulk
to
of money.
somebody
Yeah,
about
that's
trees.
the tree warden.
And-
Yeah, what happened, he didn't get back to me, so
No.
I'll follow up once again. The good news with the 10-year plan and the cart path money that we just did, the cart paths we finished for less than we
We did?
bonded
Less than
for. So we
500.
actually have a few, I don't want to throw a number out there. We have money that we didn't spend on the cart path that we can apply come this winter or, early spring to tree work.
Okay,
That we can do, rather than waiting the whole year to do so.
So ballpark, is that 100 grand, is it 200 grand?
Between that. It's between 100 and 200. I think the number we were carrying, I can't see your
The
screen.
budget
but-
says 500,000.
It was like 9, or it might have been 970. And I think it came in at just about 7 something, so it's between 100
Yeah,
and.
right.
and
Hundred.
the
And
lightning
we saved all the money on
came
the
in
Those,
under.
and those came in a little under too. So there's some money sitting there that we can spend, that we don't have to wait that full year.
Right.
Is all about it.
Well, right, so we do need to think about
Yep.
where we're headed with that.
Yeah, so we don't have to wait for bunkers. If we wanted to attack another bunker again, we could do that, or two.
So how do we know the actual budget?
Yeah, that's a fair question.
This says year one, 500,000 on the curb cuts. And that was your proposal. Whatever got approved, I don't know if I have.
That was what we submitted, and that's what we thought at the time. What happened is when the numbers came in on
Mhm.
cart pads,
Mhm.
they came in at 900,000 instead of 500,000. So right away, we're off plan, but the town approved it
They did.
at 900,000, and they approved the total amount of the budget.
1.5, yes.
So there's 600,000 left. It'd be distributed every 2 years
I don't know how you
Year
get
10.
600,000.
Well,
If we-
in 1.5 million, you got 900 for paths.
But wait, it didn't cost 900 for paths, right?
Correct.
No,
We have the money.
Correct. But we have that 900 that's been bonded.
So how do we get to cart pass actually cost X instead of 900?
Once the company was here, then some things were decided that they didn't need to be done.
Okay,
Right, there were already good paths somewhere else that
Yeah.
were included in the quote, so we didn't redo those. There were other areas, I think, I wanna say some backfill and stuff, like processed material that the town was able to provide
Okay.
versus the company bringing it in.
Also, George worked well with that machine that returned the asphalt into, base.
Yeah, there were a lot of savings.
no, I understand we're saving.
Yeah.
What's the number?
I don't know off the top of my head, right? If you
No,
give me
no,
a second, I can pull it up. Because the Board of Finance approved what was bonded.
900.
I think it was 975.
Yeah,
And
something
this project came in, I wanna say it was just over 700.
So there's
so-
potentially 275 hanging out there somewhere.
I would say between 100 and 200 is what I remember, I thought Linda told me.
And what is the rule on, does that have to be spent before fiscal year end?
No.
So
Nothing.
we've got that 275 to apply to these other items, however.
At any time over the next 10 years, yeah. It just, at that point, it comes down to cash flow, which is a finance thing.
We had 975 not next year, till the year after, and we get some more spent,
Yep.
right? Every 2 years spent. Every 2 years is budgeting.
Yeah.
All right, so the tree warden, you're gonna, Anthony, try to get to
Yep, I'll follow
him
back
or
up
her,
with him.
whoever it is.
To him, thing.
And now that we've got
Jeff
the
Minder.
cart path down, we can do a lot more tree work in the winter.
It would
We used
take,
to have to worry about whether the ground was full.
yeah. And cart paths, by the way, kudos to whoever built them, but
Right, Peter?
I
We have
think-
a lot more access in the winter time.
I think they're really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Independent of weather, yeah.
Yeah, but not for large tree trucks.
Not a large tree.
Oh, you remember
I
what they
mean,
did
the one
number
that would
one?
take a bucket truck?
Yeah. You remember
Oh,
what they
really?
did
You
in
can't get a
number one?
bucket truck in?
Oh. Remember number one?
Bigger than 8 feet.
We had to rebuild that car path when they took it down there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be very aware of taking anything too big out there.
Unless it's frozen.
Unless it's frozen, which,
Supposed to be a tough winter, so maybe we'll get lucky.
Mm.
But then it'll be 4 feet of snow and, so, can't go anywhere.
We'll get a plow out there.
okay. Any other old business?
Boy, that really restricts the work a lot then if you can't get a bucket truck in.
Well, we could talk to George more about that, but I remember what they did to that car path on number one. We had to rebuild it.
Yeah, and we're not gonna be rebuilding car paths for the bucket
Exactly.
truck.
Yeah, but the three companies have too,
Right.
So,
They can do amazing things.
yeah, they can.
Okay,
So,
any new business? Or are we on to our lovely communications? Communications. We got 2 communications this week.
Two? I saw one.
The other one came Friday, we didn't, to me, but it's about the same thing. It's basically about bots. And a required payment for no-shows if we wanna go down that path. So,
Was that a separate?
it was a separate one, but
Sorry, maybe I didn't put,
I don't think you forwarded it.
I think I got it did I get it after I sent out the packet?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Who's it from? Could you
Chris
just,
LaSala,
and what was the bots are problem and what's the other?
he thinks that people need to be paying upfront for their tea times.
Well, they've done things like that. I know they did it at Bethpage. Joe Eberhard sent me some article on it that people would, if you give back times, you charge a nominal $5, 20, pick a number.
Yeah.
$25 if you're getting 2 or 3 times and you're throwing it back, or the bot is doing that. That would help discourage some.
You mean if you make a time and then cancel it?
If you make a time and give it back, yes, after the 5-minute allowance.
I don't know that we have a huge problem with that, though, do we, Bob?
I don't think there's a problem with it.
Most people cancel it within
It's a-
5 minutes.
It's a customer service nightmare.
Yeah.
You'll be refunding it, yeah.
No, I mean, you can automate it, but it's just, people are gonna be up in arms.
But that's the nature of the bot. It'll go and grab 3 or 4, and the guys will talk, and then
Yeah, that's right.
they'll have them, and then they'll.
Right, but they're being thrown back within the 5 minutes, so it doesn't really affect anything, except sometimes at 5:15, there are more times available than there are at
And
5.
I don't know if they're being thrown back in the first 5 minutes.
Bob knows that.
Of course they are.
They are?
Yeah.
We never see a
People are
time
not
change.
canceling?
Don't see a change.
Because he was
I would
at
say under 2% on busy days do we lose the time. It's literally shocking.
Don, you
Yeah, but
suggest,
they get grabbed. If you held on to a time for 10 minutes, and
You
then
can't
you
even
cancel,
physically give back a weekend time. Within
Can't
12
cancel.
hours, yeah.
The program
I don't
won't-
see that as a problem at
program
all.
won't let you.
I
No.
don't see that as a problem at all, and I've experimented with the bots, and I don't think they're working exactly the way you think they're working.
are you,
They're not
su-
that good.
are you
They're not grabbing
suggesting
3
that a
times.
bot can grab
No change.
2, 3, 4 times?
No.
Oh, I think there are people
Oh,
out there, everybody that forces grab.
You're on the impression?
No, they're up
They
in the
do.
morning, yeah, they're all up at 5 a.m. doing that, yeah.
But the point is,
Take it out that.
Can there any kind of a system where any one individual can't cancel?
they
They're
can't,
not canceling, they don't finish booking.
they don't finish booking, is
Oh,
what
well,
you
they
to
just
me.
tie up the-
Yeah, they don't finish booking, they talk, and go, oh, I got 7:12, okay, I don't need this 8:12, they don't finish booking.
They don't finish booking.
It's not like they're taking them and then throwing them back.
So I'm part of a group of 6, 7, 8 guys, depending, where we do just that. We're all at 5 a.m., we're looking for time for next Sunday or Saturday. And we've, with 5 minutes is plenty of time, I got whatever, all right, we only need 2, we'll keep these 2, send the others back.
But,
That's
be honest, how often do you guys have more than 2? I mean,
More than 2 people?
no,
more than
now you
2
get more than 2 times.
Rarely.
Yeah,
Right.
that doesn't happen.
But,
But
so,
with a bot, it can happen.
It does, you know,
All
my-
4
my-
guys,
my
all 4
point
guys
is,
have names in the bot program.
Can we stop the bot?
What's that?
Can we stop the bot?
that's the
We
question.
can't.
No.
You'd be the richest man in America.
Well, I don't know,
You would be the richest guy in the
We need a
world.
bot.
Maybe this is the way to do it, but I Googled using bots with the system we have, and it came up with a set of instructions for preventing bots from making tea times.
Oh, we've got everything possible in place. Everything there is.
Captcha.
Now,
There's a section on, as the administrator, and directed not to reject bots,
Absolutely.
and they still get through?
I don't, well, four of us will tell you no.
Yeah, but we're being told by golfers that I'm using a bot.
I've been,
I don't tell you,
I don't,
the company's telling us they're stopping them. We know golfers that are using them.
Wow.
so here's my question. Can the golf commission order, and I don't know where this would go, if we looked at who is getting from start till 10 a.m., Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if we look over the course of a year, now there was an audit done
There was.
several times.
Yep,
That was a year ago. Does the golf commission have the authority to ask for that again, to try to understand? Because I'm under the impression there are certain individuals here, I don't know if they have a bot or not, I'm told they do, but they get awfully good tee times regularly, as opposed to me and my knucklehead friends that don't have bots, and we're hit or miss. Now, if we see Mr. XYZ get the same time every week, or almost every week, there's something going on there. And I don't know the right answer. It's very frustrating when you can't get a tee time on Wednesday for the following Wednesday at noon, or Thursday, and Saturdays and Sundays are crazy. Is there something we can do as a commission to try to identify people that are abusing the system, one way or the other? Now, in Ryan's letter here, there's something in the bylaws or where if you use a bot, you're gonna be suspended for whatever time.
well, it says you're gonna lose the time, and then the golf commission has the right to suspend you. The problem is, I don't know how to prove somebody's using a bot, or that they're very lucky.
Understood.
I personally.
Right now, you don't.
I personally have the exact same tee time every Saturday and Sunday. It's not during the prime time. I don't use a bot.
Well,
But
understood.
So it's, or within, you know,
Yeah, a
12
couple of
minutes.
minutes, yeah.
Couple minutes, pretty consistent,
Yeah, that's easy.
but I don't think it's,
I'm suggesting that there's something unfair going on in the tea time system where certain individuals are getting a preponderance of great times and they claim they're not using a bot. I can't prove it yet, but I would love to take a look at who's getting these times. And then we can go, I don't know what we can do at that point. Anybody have any thoughts?
Well, is there currently a prohibition against using bots?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We created that last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. We've been studying.
Sorry, Bill.
since I got the job.
Kill your bot.
I've been studying bots since I got the job.
And
for us, there's a lot of people who think they're experts in this world, but they're not. I talked to actual experts, and they say it comes down to two things: how fast your internet is, and how fast your computer is.
so,
I've heard that too.
the 8 of us in my little group, we all went on and, you know, did our little search to see how fast our system was. We all had exceptionally fast systems.
But maybe, how fast? You have a gaming computer?
I'm sorry?
You have a gaming computer?
You need a gaming computer.
Yeah, you know, what you think is fast.
Just against the CAD cam.
Are you using a router at home, or what kind
What level internet do you have?
What level internet? I don't know.
That's my
I
point.
mean, if anybody,
You got the Ferrari, you're going against Ferrari.
Mm.
And it's unfair, I'm not saying it's fair, but that's the reality, it's called network round trip. Is what it comes to.
I think we know people using bots. I have names, I'm not gonna put them out here right now. We know they're using bots,
How do you know that? They told you?
more or less, yeah.
Yeah, I know. So Bobby, do you have a
Wow.
suspicion of whoever using the bot?
I think that, yeah.
I mean, under that-
I did a little survey, and I actually used Mr. Gorman as the example, and he has been extremely lucky at getting around 12 o'clock every Thursday. So for me, to ask me to accuse him of using a bot, I personally
Yeah.
find to be completely unfair.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
The only way you're gonna get someone to catch someone with a bot is if they admit it. In my opinion.
So what good is it?
If why-
If they admit it.
Threaten to suspend somebody if we can't.
We tried, because again, the commission, we're looking for the answer. And that was.
Isn't there a cap?
the people you know, how many key times?
We have captures in part of it, but
But
bots
people
are
you
in
know, that you think are using bots, how many key times do they get?
I would, quite honestly, Mike, I don't have any idea.
I think they're getting.
I would think, I'm under the impression there are 5 or 6 guys that are consistently getting prime tea times. It's uncanny how good they are at getting the same.
Statistically,
Are they playing together, or are they 5 or 6 different forces?
I think there are 5 or 6 different forces.
Forces,
Yeah.
well, that's significant.
But I have no proof,
Mm.
and I'm not gonna accuse someone, but it is very frustrating, I know
And they won't
that.
give you the time, so.
What's that?
They won't give you the time. I tried that.
I don't play the theater.
Oh, they have the same conversations going on.
Yeah, I was just happy if we talked to Castro or another course that doesn't have the residency, stoppage that we have, right? Like, our residents at least get 7 days in advance for our
Right.
non-residents. Castro, to my understanding, is a free-for-all.
It's a free.
So I was just wondering if they had any policy in place. I don't see anything on their website. and-
No, I'm very friendly with the pro, but they're having the same conversation. Everyone, it's a tough problem. I just think it's a modern day problem, when you have electronics in play. And what I've learned is that the guys who write the bots are smarter than the guys who write the programs.
Yeah,
That's great.
And it's a cat and mouse thing. So eventually your bot won't work. 4 of them catch up,
right.
and then you'll have to buy a different bot. But it's a constant cat and mouse game.
Well, if anybody's got an interest in stopping them, it's 4 up for Christ's sake.
They don't
And I
care.
can tell you, they have zero interest.
let me,
They believe they have
Zero interest.
Yeah. They don't care if I.
They think it's not being used.
Game in town.
They won't admit, they can't admit
It's
it.
not being used.
let me propose an experiment. I will go out and buy a bot with my own dollars.
I don't think you have to.
I've done that.
I have people telling me they're using bots.
Mm.
I know who's using bots. They're
You
telling me.
you know who's using bots?
I know people that are using bots here at our course.
And what are you gonna do about that?
I gave 4 of the websites. I said, here are the 4 or 5 different websites these people are using. block them. Okay, thank you.
Now, you know their names. Why don't you tell us who they are?
I'm not gonna accuse you. I'm not gonna accuse Sarah. Like, I'm not
Oh,
gonna,
you just said you know who they are.
I am, you get 12 o'clock every week, right? Didn't we just say that?
No, I don't.
Well, we can pull the sheets. I mean, but that's what we have to do, right? We have to pull the sheets.
No, if you have somebody's name, Anthony, I would suggest, as a public official, you should tell us that.
Well, we'll pull the sheets. I guess we'll
No,
pull the sheets.
no. It's just, this is working, right?
Absolutely.
You know someone who's using a bot, and you won't tell us who it is.
I guess not. I guess I'm not going to tell you who's using a bot. If people are telling me they're using bots so we can stop bots, why would I tell you who's using a bot? I don't know everybody that's using a bot.
No, you don't. If you know one person,
Well, we have a policy in place to suspend people who
We
use
do.
bots. Well, that's what we can do.
Right. That's what we would do.
Well, then,
But we
tell us
have
who they
to-
are, and we'll suspend them.
We're not gonna do that.
When that'll serve as a message to everybody else.
Well, maybe we should just look at the T-sheets.
We can
okay,
do that, too.
I'm
Look
available.
at the T-sheets. Yeah, I agree. So what's the policy, right? We have a policy. What's the procedure of that? So now we identify somebody who has the same tea time every week,
Yeah.
and what do? We bring them here before the commission.